All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully, everyone having a good night. We are breaking two items tonight: luminance football and finest baseball. They're going to go in that order. Before we start breaking, though, there's always a little bit of information that we go over. And I'm going to get that up on the screen for us here in just a second. It is moving a little sluggishly for me tonight, so I'm kind of waiting on this to open up where we can see it. It's not wanting to cooperate with me, but hopefully here in a minute. In the meantime, we do have a couple of teams right now, actually a few teams in each break that are still setting unpaid the last time I looked. So if you happen to be part of one of these breaks tonight and you have not yet paid for your team, now is the time to do that. So if you're sitting there going, hey, I need to pay for my team, yep, now's the time, guys. I'm sorry, as soon as Excel will get up and running here, we're going to move onward. It has been circling now for a little bit. I think it did some kind of update that I didn't really intend for it to do, but sometimes it does that, and then there you go. All right, here we go. Now we're back in business at the moment. We can take a look at our spreadsheet info. Okay, so the first thing you need to know there, of course, is just about feedback, and that's up there mainly just because I get asked about it a lot. And it's pretty easy. It just means that anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to get positive feedback in return, right? So can't be any easier than that. The second thing, of course, is to say thank you. I do appreciate everyone who bids and breaks and chats and hangs out with me, keeps me company, and all that fun stuff. So thanks, everyone, for being here and for your patience while I was waiting for Excel to cooperate with me tonight. This is a look at what's coming up in the days ahead. So as you know, we have moved to a 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific start time. So most of our breaks are going to be at that time for now. And if there's something that's moves around from that, of course, we'll show notations here on the spreadsheet. But in the absence of any notations on the spreadsheet, you can assume 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. And of course, that's always going to be in the listing description as well. Tomorrow night, it is a 5-box case of TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys. And we are also going to break the back half of Bowman Baseball Jumbo. We started that case a couple of days ago. We're going to finish it up tomorrow night. Paper base does not ship to the teams in that break. It does have its own separate bidding category. Full details about that can be found in the listing description. On Wednesday, Elite Football comes out and Stadium Club Baseball comes out. We're going to break a case of Elite Football on Wednesday, and then we're going to move our Stadium Club to Thursday, and we'll do a half case of Stadium Club on Thursday, which is 8 boxes. It's a pretty big case, that one. On Friday, we're going to break another case of Leaf autographed baseball bats and more Elite Football, mainly because I forgot that Chronicles Basketball was a Friday release. I know, I thought it was next Friday. And when I figured out today my mistake, I was like, uh-oh. So we'll break a 12-box case of Chronicles Basketball on Saturday night, the day after it comes out. And that used to be, guys, a 10-box case, by the way. Chronicles this year is now a 12-box case, for those of you who keep track of that sort of thing. So we're taking a look at shipping information on this page. And we don't have any breaks tonight that have free shipping, so we don't have to worry about anything there. But we do have, of course, 2 different paid shipping breaks tonight. And I'm expecting that stuff's going to be out the door and on the way to you approximately Thursday. Now, sometimes I'm able to get things out faster than the date that you see there, and whenever that is the case, I will happily do that. There's also times when things come up that are unexpected and, something might go later than the date listed there. But most of the time, it's going to go on or about the date you see. Consolation cards, I think every team is going to pull cards of some sort in both of these breaks tonight, but in the odd chance that someone didn't, and you got skunked and you didn't even pull a base card, you would still get consolation cards in the mail, and they would ship out with the rest of the break since this is a paid shipping break. Normally, we would look at our product spreadsheet and see who had what team and be getting ready to go. However, oh yeah, we got another wonderful night with some unpaid teams. So we need to figure out if anybody wants any of these teams. So we have the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans, the Cleveland Browns, and the Baltimore Ravens right now are all sitting as unpaid teams. I know you're going to ask me about the prices for that, and I don't know, but I'm going to find out. So give me just a second here, because when there's some of those belong to more than one buyer, so I've got to, it won't show me, it'll only show me a total, it won't show me a team by team breakdown unless I click into it. So let me click into it and find out what we've got going on there. Okay, so the Ravens sold at 46. The Browns sold at 34 and some change, which we're just going to call 34. Let me check out the other two. So hang on, guys. I'm working my way through it here. The other two, the Kansas City Chiefs sold for 38 and some change, which we will call 38. And the Texans looks like sold for 20. So as always, preference is going to go to somebody who wants multiples so that we can do it in as few transactions as possible. But if nobody wants all four, then of course we work our way down through there. So Darth Vader, you're saying you would pick up the Browns and the Chiefs, is that right? So you would be in for the 34 for the Browns and the 38 for the Kansas City Chiefs, and you are down with that, if I'm understanding that correctly. If you can just confirm that in chat, I would appreciate it. That would leave us with the Ravens and the Texans that need to find a home. So Ravens and Texans, who might help us out and get us out of an unpaid team jam with those two teams tonight. We do actually, it is kind of an all or nothing proposition tonight, so we do need to move all four of them because, again, there's bidders with multiple teams, so I can't, sell one of their teams and not sell their other team, you know what I mean? So Darth Vader is down for the Browns and the Chiefs. Patrick, you said you would take the Texans. Thank you, Patrick. That leaves us with the Ravens. So does anybody want to give the Ravens a home tonight? Baltimore Ravens, guys and gals, sitting in need of a little home. Meanwhile, let me make sure here. I'm just going to double check and make sure that there's not any issues from either one of these buyers that I don't know about. I don't think that there was. I did check messages actually right about the time the break was supposed to start and didn't see anything. Still don't. So, all right. So, guys, we just need to find a home for the Ravens. Who can help us out with the Baltimore Ravens? Somebody, anybody? Let me know what we can do, please, on the Ravens. Meanwhile, Patrick has got the Texans, the Browns, and the Chiefs are gone to Darth Vader. And I'm going to go ahead and hope that somebody will pick up the Ravens. I would go ahead and move Bowman up and do it first, but good grief, we're sitting on a bunch of unpaid teams in there too. The Ravens, the last bid was 46. So, somewhere in that vicinity, 45 if you'd rather, but in that kind of general vicinity for the Ravens is what we're looking at. So Glenn, are you down for the Ravens? Will that work for you tonight, sir? I'm going to get our spreadsheet updated here, so give me a second while I work on that. While you all are pondering, I'm going to get a little work done here. All right, so the Browns is Darth, and so is the Chiefs. All right, Kansas City Chiefs. Let's get them in here. Bear with me, guys. This just takes a minute to get all this stuff done, of course, when we're trying to get the second chance stuff up and running. And Patrick has the Texans, so let me get that reflected. All right, and that is done. So now we're on the Ravens. All right, so, oh yeah, right, I'm sorry, Jay Allen, I meant to say we can't move Top's Finest up either because we've got unpaid teams there too. All right, so Glenn says he does not want the Ravens. So, guys, I got to find a home for the Ravens here. So, Glenn, what price do you want to pay for the Ravens? If you don't want to pay that price, what price do you want to pay? We need to find a home for them. Yes, Darth Vader, I will type in here in just a second everybody's total and all that jazz. I'm just trying to get this last team moved out because, again, if I'm going to move part of somebody's teams, I've got to move all of them. You know what I mean? So I can't, like, leave some for them and sell some out. So I'm just trying to get a hold of this very last team to find a home, and then I'll type it in and we can get rolling that way. So, Glenn, what price would you offer for the Ravens? Just to get us in the spirit of getting us moving onward and upward here. Or anybody else. It doesn't have to just be Glenn, but Glenn's the one who asked. So, Darth, you're offering 30 for the Ravens. Glenn, do you want to top that, or are you good at that, or what are we doing there? Darth, if Glenn does not want to best your bid of 30, then we're going to take it and move on, just because I don't want to keep holding up the break. I hate every night when we have to spend 15 or 20 minutes trying to sell teams that people don't pay for. It's such a drag. Maybe Glenn has already wandered off. I don't know. We haven't heard from him in a minute, so he may have already taken off on us. I don't know. Yes, Glenn, it would absolutely ship with your other teams. So you don't have to worry about that. So, yeah, it'll ship with everything else. It'll all go out at once. If you've got multiple things coming, it'll just, hitch a ride. All right, so Glenn, you want the Ravens at 35. Darth, I'm assuming that you are okay with that because I think you were just picking them up in the essence of moving things along, right? So if that's the case, then yeah, we are good to go. Let me type in my email. This is what I use for PayPal, guys. I don't use this for correspondence. So if you send me a message there, I'm like never going to see it. So that's going to have us with Glenn and the Ravens at 35. Darth Vader, you have got the Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs at 72. Let's just call it 70. All right. And then Patrick, you have got the Texans at 20. So is everybody good with what they've got there? Hopefully. Let me fix the Ravens on the spreadsheet to show that that's going to be Glenn. And we'll get that up. All right, that is in and locked and loaded. Let me update the spreadsheet. I've got to cancel these out on eBay, so while you guys are taking care of sending it over by PayPal, I'm going to take care of getting it cleaned up on eBay, and we're almost there. We're getting there. Oh, why did that just do that? Dang it. Oh, hang on a minute, guys. Oh, man. I think somebody just paid for part of the teams. You know what? Yeah. All right, so somebody just paid for the Ravens, which means, Glenn, you're out. If you haven't sent it, don't send it. And then somebody just paid for the Browns. So that means we're rearranged a little bit. That means Patrick has the Texans. And Darth, you only have the Chiefs now at 38. So do you still want your Chiefs at 38? And Patrick, I know you're good with the Texans. It looks like our other two teams just got paid for. Glenn, you already sent yours, so I'm going to have to I'll have to send yours back to you, man. I will send that back to you. Because right as I clicked cancel the order, literally as I clicked cancel the order on eBay, it got paid. Oh, brother. All right, so let me go back and fix the spreadsheet once again. I'm sorry, guys. I know this sucks. Nobody hates this more than me, believe me. If everybody would just pay for what they buy, it would be a lot better for everybody. I don't like this any more than anybody else does. Probably a lot less, actually. Ravens and Browns. Let's go back and try and fix that then. And I'm going to have to send you money back, Glenn, which I will do. Can I do that after the break, man, or do you want me to do it right now? I can do it now if you want. Otherwise, if I could do it after, that would speed things up for us a little bit. All right. So where are we on this? Darth, are you good then with just the Kansas City Chiefs at 38 and Patrick's good with the Texans at 20? And I know I've got to refund you, Glenn. I'm writing myself a note that you need to be refunded. And now let me get the final order canceled out here on eBay. And as soon as I get that done, we're going to be hopefully ready to go. All right, Glenn, you're good with me taking care of it afterwards. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. And let's get this done. All right, so that's canceled out on eBay. And we're almost ready to go, guys. Almost. Okay, so Patrick and Darth Vader, are you guys good? Let me know when you're done and when your payment is sent, and then we'll be ready to go onward. Once you guys have sent that off into PayPal, let me know, please, and then we can hopefully get this done. We've already spent 20 minutes trying to do this. See, this is what happens when people don't pay. I hate it. Meanwhile, this is what our new spreadsheet looks like. So it is a 12-box case of Luminance football. It's a full case break. It's break number 5. And, of course, it ended tonight on eBay the 24th of June. We've got team names on the left, winning bidders on the right-hand side. And the Texans are potentially going to go to Patrick, and the Kansas City Chiefs to Darth Vader. Darth, I had typed it in earlier. Sorry, man. I think you guys just, you did not probably see me type it in. So I'm going to type it in here for you again. It should be coming up to you right there in chat right now. And Patrick, you said what are you waiting? Patrick, you said waiting on the purchase. Does that mean you don't want them anymore? The Texans? I'm a little bit confused by what that means, but if you could let me know, I'd appreciate it. And then, of course, guys, the rest of it, you see winning bidder names are across there from team names. And then once we get this squared away here, we'll be good to go. So Patrick, if you could just let me know what that means. I don't know if it means like you changed your mind and you don't want it, or if you're telling me something else. And I know I'm kind of dense. I know I should get it, but unfortunately I don't. I'm not sure what you're telling me right now. Oh, well, it won't be on eBay, Patrick, because there's no way for me to send you a second chance offer, because you can only do that if you were the underbidder on eBay, right? Then I could send a second chance offer. This way it doesn't. Okay, I'm going to type this in one more time here. So what you do, Patrick, is you would just log into PayPal and then type in the email address that I am typing in right now and just do a send money type deal. And that would, you can put in the notes what it's for. Because there's no way for me to invoice you through eBay, unfortunately, on, you know, when we do these second chance offers in chat for stuff that's not paid, we have to do it directly through PayPal. So Darth, have you got it now? You see it? I thought maybe it got stripped out, so I tried to break it up into pieces there in case it got stripped out before, which it may have. Sometimes YouTube is funny in chat and it'll take email addresses out of there. I mean, who knows? You never know. So one way or another, I think we've got it in there. Meanwhile, Glenn, I'm already in here, so let me go ahead and just get you. I'm going to shoot this back over to you, my friend, okay? So that I don't have to make you wait. And all right, so Glenn, you should be all refunded. You should be good to go. And I appreciate your willingness to jump in there. Would have absolutely been a good sitch, but it sounds like somebody else they stepped in and paid for it, right? So, all right, Darth, you're good. So I don't know what we've got going on here with Patrick, but guys, we're just going to go ahead and break. So, Patrick, if you can send that over, I'd appreciate it. But we're going to probably just go ahead and roll here because we've been waiting now for a long time. All right, so Luminance Football. If you haven't opened this one before, it's a lot of fun. It's got 3 autograph cards in it, 1 memorabilia card, and one of our autographs, well, roughly every other box. One of them will be a next day on card autograph or draft day. I think they actually call it a draft day signature. But anyway, they're pretty cool, and they fall about every other box on average. So, you know, not every box, but in that neighborhood. Hillary Baseball is after we finish Luminance. Unfortunately, we're about 25 minutes late getting started on Luminance because we had some unpaid teams that we had to get sold and paid and find a home for and all that stuff. So that's kind of what happened there. So yeah, we're a little bit behind, but we will of course be doing your product right after we finish up this one. Meanwhile, Patrick, can you check in with me, bud? Are you still in for the Texans, or did you give up? And I need to see if somebody else wants them. What's your situation, sir? Now, there's lots of numbered things in here, too, some parallels. There's a lot of, I actually like these cards. There's nice photography, interesting looking cards, much different than our traditional trading card photographs and things. So it's a pretty cool little product. I enjoy opening it every year. This is the last of it for this year, though. Hillary, yeah, there are potentially some unpaid teams in baseball. We'll take a look at them right before that break. And I haven't heard anything from Patrick in a little while, so if somebody else wants the Texans in this break, I don't know if Patrick does still want them, so let me know. Oh, he does. Okay, he's in there now, so he does. All right, cool. To 275, whenever you see that gold on there, I think I need to fix our focus a little bit farther out. Hang on one second. Let's see if that lets us look a little bit. Let us look a little bit closer. Yeah, I think so. So 275, whenever you see the writing in gold, is generally what those are numbered to. Our first autograph hit tonight is DK Metcalf. That is in the white ink version. There's white ink, green ink, silver, and gold. Each one has a level of rarity. In my experience, green is the most rare. And then we can say gold, I think, is 25 or less, even though they're not numbered. Panini says they're 25 or less when they're gold. That's to 275 for the Jags. And that was a draft day signature, by the way. I don't think I said that, but for those who might not know it. Next comes out Bryce Love. Bryce is numbered to 299, and of course he belongs to the Redskins. So these rookies here are in their college uniforms, which means they go to the teams that drafted them, or if they are undrafted free agents, they go to the team they were currently or most recently associated with, if they're not currently associated with one. David Johnson to 100 for the Arizona Cardinals. Riley Ridley comes out for the Chicago Bears, and Riley Ridley is numbered to 149. Now, when we see blue, the blue are numbered to 49, or to 99. I'm sorry, the green are to 49 right below it. So to 99 when we see blue, to 49 when we see green. Our relic for box number 1 here is for the Raiders. Still hard for me to say Raiders and Antonio Brown in the same sentence, but you know what? It's a fact. It's a fact. That's where the man is now. Gone to Oakland. No longer with my Pittsburgh Steelers. But oh well, onward and upward we go, right? Gotta hope that James Washington or somebody picks up the slack. Somebody, somewhere. We hope. So I got an interesting sell sheet this week. You guys probably remember Majestic football, right? We've had it the last 2 or 3 years. I guess, what do we have it in season? Well, I don't know. At least the last 2, maybe the last 3. I'm trying to remember how long we've had Majestic. Anyway, it's a high-end product. It normally comes out fairly early in the season, and we see our rookies in their college uniforms. This is to $275, but it's a really cool product. Guess what? It's about to get even better because they're going to be in their NFL uniforms for that product this year. Drew Lock and the Broncos. That is really hard to see unless I hold it at an angle. It is on there in silver ink for Drew Lock and the Broncos, with a draft day, of course, on-card signature. So I'm kind of psyched that they're moving Majestic. That's to $275 because it's such a nice product. It always has nice hits and good relics. I'm happy to see that it's going to come out of in their collegiate or in their NFL uniforms this year instead of their collegiate. Number to 349, that is Miles Boykin, and he might be a Raven, but let me double check because I forget him sometimes. Yeah, he is a Raven. I've got a little cheat sheet there for the ones I don't always have committed to memory, so I can look over there and tell you. That's the plan anyway. Numbered to 100, when you see the orange, those are to 100. That particular one was Daniel Jones, of course, for the Giants. And we have a Jeffrey Simmons autograph. Jeffrey Simmons is a Tennessee Titan. That is numbered to 349. Ezekiel Elliott, once again, our blue are to 99. Then we have to 275, Hakeem Butler. The Arizona Cardinals. A relic is out for the Detroit Lions and Barry Sanders. I really think that we might have a Barry Sanders relic maybe out of every case we open. Did we, guys? Those of you who have been here through all the cases, did we have one in every case? I kind of think we maybe did. We've had a lot of them anyway. Quite a few. But July is going to be a crazy month. So within the last week or so, they put out pre-orders for, oh gosh, like a dozen products. Most of them football, a little bit of basketball. you'll be happy to know, those of you who like basketball, that Contenders Optic, which has been around in football for 2 seasons now, is going to make an appearance with basketball for the first time this season. So we'll have that to look forward to. Excuse me. And of course, I saw, encased basketball was solicited. And then loads of football, certified football, Donruss football, the usual gamut of that sort of stuff. Numbered to 10, that is for the Buffalo Bills and David Sills. Darth, you pulled a Barry Sanders patch auto. Nice, man. Numbered to 10. Really nice. Yeah, I've been wishing we would pull his autograph out of here, because that would be pretty cool to hit. Jarrett Stidham. And, yeah, he's going to the Patriots. And that's in white ink. So he's going to be backing up Tom Brady for the time being to 275. And then we have another Miles Boykin. So here come the Ravens again, numbered to 149. Actually, the Ravens do typically pull quite a few cards in here. And that is numbered to 100 for the boys. And Jeffrey Simmons, we saw him earlier as well. Repeat with him to 149 for the Titans. I hope this is not going to be one of those cases where they repeat a lot of stuff. To 99 for the boys. That is to 275 for the boys. And the relic is out for my Pittsburgh Steelers. It is Big Ben Roethlisberger. J-Bomb Sauce. Hi, J-Bomb Sauce. Did I see you jump in earlier? I don't think I did. Well, hi. I think I was trying to get those teams squared away, and I didn't see you. So, hi. Welcome. Sorry about that. And Mickey as well. I don't know if I said hi to you either, Mickey, but hi to you too, sir. So, J-Bomb Sauce, I do not remember all of the release dates for football. I just know that they solicited a ton of it. So, in other words, we had to put in our pre-orders, meaning it's probably going to be coming out within the next 4 or 5 weeks for most of it. Some of it might be a little farther out. But they solicited last week Donruss football, unparalleled, certified, majestic, and I want to say there was another one that I'm not thinking of right at the moment. And then basketball last week, I know was encased, of course, that we already talked about, and Contenders Optic that we talked about a minute ago. And in baseball, it was, there's Immaculate Collegiate Football. That came through. Then there's, I think, Immaculate Baseball, Optic Baseball. That's numbered to 100. And 2 or 3 other baseball products from Panini as well. So, I mean, July is going to be crazy. July and August, a ton of stuff, both months. Mac Wilson, Mac numbered to 349, heading to the Cleveland Browns. Jay Allen, you need the Diamondbacks, Pirates, and Royals in finest, and you are heading off to bed, so you're leaving your mojo in our hands. All right, my friend. We'll do my best to take care of that for you. Numbered to 99 for the Ravens. That is to 275 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you have a hit here for John Lynch. 2-color patch. Always like to see those. It is numbered to 49. But yeah, I don't remember all the dates on all that J-Bomb Sauce. That's the only thing. I just remember I had to get the orders in. It's to 275. AB, Antonio Brown and the Raiders. And that's autographed, man. How about that? That is Antonio Brown to 25. That's kind of a sweet little hit right there now, isn't it? Raiders fans. Raiders typically do pretty well this year with all their rookies. Now you've got an Antonio Brown to join your party. To 275, Ravens. Josh Jacobs, speaking of the Raiders, that's where this is headed to. It is numbered to 199. And J Bomb says we'll be busy. You're not kidding, we'll be busy. I mean, there's lots of weeks where there's stuff coming out for like everything, you know. Panini baseball, Topps baseball, Panini football, Panini basketball, sometimes all in one week. Not to mention there'll be Leaf stuff mixed in there. But we all know they move those calendars around a lot too. So right now it shows a massive amount of stuff being in July and early into August. But realistically, they'll probably shuffle a little bit of that around anyway. But, of course, Elite Football coming tomorrow will keep us busy for a little while. Or coming Wednesday, rather. This is to 275 for the Saints. Next up, Daniel Jones making the Giants happy. And Daniel Jones is numbered to 99. By all accounts, he's going to be pretty good, it seems like. Of course, he should be, considering where he was drafted, right? To 275 for the Redskins. And Brian Burns is out next. And Brian, I got to peek over here. I can't ever remember him. Panthers. Brian Burns for the Panthers to 349. And Clelin Ferrell to 99 is a Raider. This is to 100, or I'm sorry, that's to 25. That's orange, not gold. I'm slightly colorblind, apparently. It's the Cleveland Browns to 25 with Nick Chubb. And right behind that, we have a relic for the Browns. Now, oh, that's nice. That's for Baker Mayfield, but look at that relic, man. That's awesome. It's numbered to 25 up here in the corner. But, like, when's the last time you saw a Browns relic that was that nice? They're usually not that interesting for the Browns. I mean, there's no other good way to say it. They're usually just like either a patch of brown or occasionally a patch of orange, but that was a very nice one. It says numbered to 100, Jarrett Stidham for the Patriots. And here we have Julian Love. Julian Love is numbered to 149, and I think he's a Giant, but let me double check because I don't want to tell you wrong on that, and I'm a little rusty. Yeah, he is Giants. We haven't opened this in a few days, which means I haven't sorted it in a while, so every once in a while, you know, it goes flying back out of my head. Oh, J-Bomb Sauce, you're moving next week. Oh, the dreaded move. I hate moving. I very seldom move because I just despise it. I hate I don't mind the unboxing all that much because it's kind of fun, right? You're in a new place and you're figuring out where everything goes and where it looks good and all that. But the boxing up at the old place, oh, it's like torture to me. I absolutely hate it. And this is numbered to 275 for the Redskins. We have ourselves a draft day on card. Andy Isabella for the Arizona Cardinals. That is in silver ink. I do see a points card lurking here in the distance. Numbered to 275. That's Ryan Finley and the Bengals. David Sills comes out next, and David is numbered to 349. And David, I think, is a Bill, right? Yeah, undrafted free agent to the Bills. So this points card, yuck, boo, we hate them. But it means it has replaced a hit. numbered to 275, Kansas City Chiefs. So we're going to set it over here in our little housekeeping area. And at the end of the break, I'll use random.org and we'll find it a home. And it will head off to one of you, to 99, and to 49 for the Eagles. Our relic, Colts and Peyton Manning. Oh man, you're going far too. You're not going just down the street from North Dakota to Atlanta. Oh, yeah, that's definitely not cool, man. That's not fun. Yeah, I moved back and forth from Los Angeles to Kentucky. But you know what? I'm so bad. I just kept my place in Kentucky the entire time I lived in Los Angeles. So I never moved my furniture or anything. I just let it all sit in my little condo there. And yeah. I just either shipped or took the stuff I needed and I left the rest of it. And yeah, I lived like that for a few years. I know, right? It was kind of stupid because I was still paying for the place here too, but that's how it works out sometimes. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to deal with it. Plus, I wasn't sure I'd be out there for like ever and ever. And, you know, as it was, I wasn't. Just a few years. To 275, Cardinals. Preston Williams comes out. Preston heads to the Dolphins. So the Miami Dolphins numbered to 25 with Preston Williams. I do know that his helmet has, you know, the horns on it like the Rams do, but that is his collegiate helmet, guys. He's not a Ram, I promise. He's a Dolphin. It's numbered to 99, the Browns, to 275 for the Ravens. Michael Gallup and the Dallas Cowboys, numbered to 99. J Bomb Sauce, he says that was a wise choice. It really wasn't, man. I think it cost me a lot more money. This is numbered to 49. It's the Ravens. It definitely cost me a lot more money. But also, I originally went there for work, so they, you know, paid too, so that did help. Denver Broncos and Steve Atwater to 15. Dang. That's a nice little hit too. No wonder we got points cards in here. Steve Atwater, Antonio Brown. Some nice signatures coming out tonight from Luminance. That is to 275. It's the Indianapolis Colts. Here's A.J. Brown, Tennessee Titans. Stang Lover. Hi, Stang Lover. That is to 199. You need some Bengals, you say. Oh, we got plenty of time to find you some Bengals. What do we got back there? 5 boxes left. Oh, yeah, we got loads of time yet to find you some Bengals. Yeah, never give up. Never give up. And Glenn, you need some Redskins and some 49ers. All right. Redskins and 49ers. Mojo as well. We'll see what we can conjure up here out of our last 5 boxes. Oh, man, you've had to pack and repack a half a dozen times. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's awful, man. Shipping everything. Well, you have to if it's, you know, a forever move. As I said, I went out for work and I knew I was going to be there for a while. I wasn't sure how long. It ended up being a few years, but I just was too lazy to ever completely give over to it. That is numbered to 5, Noah Fant and the Denver Broncos. Behind that, we have ourselves Kelvin Harmon. How about Kelvin Harmon? That's a Redskin, numbered to 349. So that makes you happy on the Redskins front anyway. And let's see what else we've got. To 99 for the Ravens, to 275 for the Arizona Cardinals, and the Jags with a relic. Leonard Fournette. It's a nice big relic, but I really would like to have had another color in it. I always prefer to get 2 colors. I see another points card. Dang, Panini. Ripping us off. To 275 for the Rams. Boy, 2 of those now. Both of them 250 point value. Making me sad. I don't like pulling those. To 275, the Bengals. And just like magic, there's another Mojo request fulfilled. That is Ryan Finley's Cincinnati Bengals to 299. Keeping Stang Lover happy. All right, we have got 4 boxes left, so we're 8 down, 4 to go. Oh, Stang Lover, yeah, the non-paying stuff is like, oh, somebody with no feedback and a new user tried to scam you out of All-Star tickets this morning. Oh, brother, what'd they do? What happened? Yeah, I'm always super leery of anybody that has no or low feedback, especially if they've like just joined, because I will tell you probably 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get paid. Like easily 9 times out of 10 with a break anyway. I don't know how it is when you're selling physical items. You know, it's not as bad because if, you know, you can just relist it unless it's time sensitive like Stang Lover's tickets. It's to 100 for the Rams. But yeah, it is, it's like an epidemic lately. It says Karen Higdon, low number to 5. That's sweet. We don't pull too many out of here numbered to 5. And that is, I believe, a 49er. Let me double check. Oh, nope, sorry guys, that's a Texan. Karen Higdon is an undrafted free agent for the Texans, numbered to 5. So it looks like that worked out pretty well there for Patrick. So the Mojo repaid the debt there for picking up that unpaid team. That is numbered to 99 for the Titans, to 275 for the Seahawks. We have a relic for the Vikings. It is Dalvin Cook. We have a second color on that one, yay. And it is numbered to 49. So that's our third relic in this case that has 2 colors. 2 to 49, and then I think the other one was 20 to 25. It's to 275 for the Buccaneers. The Saints. Ricky Williams for the Saints. Oh. Nice. Ricky Williams to 49. Sweet little hit there. No wonder we got 2 points cards. We've had some nice autograph hits in here that you don't often pull. That is numbered to 25. Sorry, I keep thinking that is gold and it's orange. It's a weird color orange, but it's orange. It's to 25 for the Cowboys with Pollard. Behind that, we have ourselves another Josh Jacobs for the Raiders. And that Josh Jacobs is numbered to 5. We pulled his 1 of 1, I believe, out of here. We pulled it out of something recently. And then a 5 of 5 there. So, little love for the Raiders. All right, so Stang Lover, we're going to hear your story now about this person. They bought the ticket strips, then sent you a message. Oh, yeah, I can't get PayPal to work. I want to pay you through something else. Oh, that's the classic right there, isn't it? Yeah, that's my favorite. Oh, I'm having trouble getting checked out. Oh, I'm having trouble with my PayPal. And then they pull the payment back after the item is shipped. Yep, that is about the size of it, man. Got to be careful with that kind of stuff. Of course, you know, honestly, the people who want to get you anyway. They have other ways to do it, of course, but you know, the people that are out to get you, they get you, or they get somebody. They're scam artists for a reason. They must be pretty good at it. It's $275 for the Raiders. And here's another Miles Boykin. We have seen him a couple of times already. That, well, you can't see it head on. You can see it at an angle a little bit. It is silver ink. And, of course, once again, he is a Raven. That is to $275 for the Titans. Here comes David Sills. We saw him earlier as well. He's undrafted free agent to the Bills, numbered to 99. But yeah, Stang Lover, you were smart not to go ahead and ship that because, I mean, that's the kind of stuff where you end up taking hits. It's to $275 for the Seahawks. Rodney Anderson. I do believe Rodney Anderson is a Bengal too, numbered to 349, but let's double check it. Let's make sure that that is right. Yeah, he is Bengals. Yeah, I started adding up how much money I lost last year to people who either didn't pay me or ran some other kind of scam on me where they ended up with like my cards and my money, or, you know, some combination thereof. Benny Snell Jr. to 99 for the Steelers. That is numbered to 49 for the Vikings. The 49ers. Steve Young relic for San Francisco 49ers. And it got really depressing. The total was up in the thousands, and I stopped adding because I'm just like, I don't want to know anymore. Like, once it got past a certain point, I was like, no. But that's why I finally, you know, I let things go for too long. For a couple of years, I was just, several years really, I was just very trusting. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, every once in a while. But it turned out to be way more than every once in a while. So that's why these days I'm just like, oh, if it's not paid, we're going to resell it and roll on down the road, you know. Okay, what have we got here? Numbered to 275, that's the Broncos. We have a draft day signature for one Hakeem Butler, and the Arizona Cardinals. That is, I'm going to go with white ink. That looks white to me on there rather than silver. Staying Lover, you want to bring back public floggings. Man, I think that might not quite be the way to go, but hey, I appreciate the thought anyway. The Steelers to 275. Yeah, myself, I'd just like to bring back some integrity. You know, a lot of people just don't have any integrity. David Sills, numbered to 10. And that is maybe our third David Sills, and that's definitely the lowest one of them. But, yeah, that's kind of crazy. I think it is our third one. So, Buffalo Bills are racking it up. And the truth of the matter is the vast majority of people are great to work with and do have integrity, and you don't have to worry about them. But the bad part is we always remember the ones that don't, you know. It's to 275, the Ravens. Caleb Wilson. Caleb is an Arizona Cardinal and numbered to 349. This is numbered to 99 for the Seahawks and numbered to 10 for the Tennessee Titans with Derrick Henry. Jay Bombsaw says we need some new hits. You're tired to see the same ones. And right on cue, we have a repeat hit of Big Ben Roethlisberger for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, we've had some cases of luminance, most of you know, where we have had a lot of duplication, which I feel like this is kind of one of those cases tonight. But yet we've also had some really nice hits mixed into this case. And then we've had other cases where we didn't have as much duplication, but we probably also didn't have as big a hits as some of the ones we've gotten in here tonight in terms of our veteran players and that sort of thing. So it's a source of frustration, I think, for everybody that we have bad correlation, I think is the way to say it, with both Topps and Panini. Sometimes are prone to having a lot of duplication, which is super frustrating. Unless you're the team that's hitting over and over, then that's cool for you. But everybody else is like, it's to 275, the Redskins. Stanley Morgan Jr. Stanley Morgan Jr. is numbered to 149, and I need to look him up because I cannot remember him. The Bengals again. Stanglover ended up with, what, 3 Bengals, I think? So apparently it was not, in fact, too late to send in your Mojo request. That is numbered to 99 for the Dolphins, numbered to 275 for the Texans, a relic for the Panthers with Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, J Bomb Sauce, your Packers hits have not been coming out as much in luminance. You're right about that. We haven't seen as many Packers out of here as we do out of some products. It's to 275 for the Kansas City Chiefs. And Jimmy G makes an appearance for the 49ers, and it's signed, baby. And numbered to 25. Oh, I like that. And I'm sure you like that too if you have the 49ers, because that's a sweet little hit. Jimmy Garoppolo to 25. And we got AB in there too, so look at that. You've got your quarterback, receiver. Oh, no, I'm sorry. AB's Raiders, not 49ers. Never mind. Cancel that thought. It's numbered to 49, Cleveland Browns. And another A.J. Brown, Titans. And that is numbered to 5. So we've had good veteran autographs out of here. We've had a lot of low-numbered hits out of here. But unfortunately, we also had a lot of duplication. So good in many ways, bad in the sense that a lot of duplication, but overall a pretty good case, I think. J Bomb Sauce, you're right. I forgot to say last box mojo. I seldom forget to say it, but I did there, didn't I? So we're going to recap a few things, but before we do that, we got these 2 little bad boys to give out. So it's pretty easy process here. Let me just get it set up if I can. And we're going to use our dear friend random.org to make the magic happen. So it's a pretty easy process. I'm bringing you along with, of course, as you can see. We're going to grab, or I'm going to grab all of the team names, excuse me, from the spreadsheet. And then we're going to head over to random.org and paste them in here. Whenever I have 9 or fewer items, I do random 3 times, and the third random makes the determination. In this case, we have 10 or more, obviously. We're going to do random 1 single time. Whoever ends up in the number 1 position gets 1 points card. Whoever is in the number 2 position will get the other points card. Scrolling through so you can see all of the teams were actually copied and pasted in there correctly. And good luck, everybody. Here we go. Comes up as Falcons and Texans. Falcons and Texans with our points cards tonight. So let's get that labeled up. These are end sleeves. You probably saw me do that earlier, and you probably wondered why. That's why. So I could write on it. So I don't have to worry about it later and try to remember or go back and watch the video. I'll just know when it's time to sort it. How about that? The Tennessee Titans, numbered to 10. We're just going to recap our super low numbered cards because there are a lot of numbered cards in here, obviously. The Dallas Cowboys to 25. And the Denver Broncos, numbered to 5. Then we have the Cleveland Browns to 25. And last but not least, numbered to 10, you have the Buffalo Bills. So all of our other numbered cards, they were numbered 49 or higher. Those are the ones we're not recapping right now. A relic for the Panthers. One for the Steelers. That's kind of a cool one with Steve Young for the 49ers. A 2-color relic numbered to 49 for Dalvin Cook and the Vikings and the Jags. This one is numbered to 99, but yet it is still a single color. That is Michael Gallup and the Cowboys. There's Peyton Manning and the Colts. That handsome-looking relic, I kind of love that. That is for the Browns. Baker Mayfield, it is numbered to 25. One of the better Browns relics that you'll see. A 2-color relic for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with John Lynch. The second Big Ben relic for the Steelers. There's Barry Sanders for the Lions. And Antonio Brown for the Raiders. Isn't it handy, you know, right? The Raiders have all that black in their uniform. So did the Steelers. They could probably cut up his old Steelers uniforms and use them in Raiders cards forever. The Falcons get one of our points cards and the Texans get the other. We use random.org to accomplish that. I'm in the habit of flipping stuff over, right? I know. A.J. Brown, numbered to 5 for the Tennessee Titans. Jimmy Garoppolo, numbered to 25 for the 49ers. Stanley Morgan Jr. is the Bengals. Caleb Wilson for the Arizona Cardinals. David Sills to 10 for the Bills. And a draft day autograph, Hakeem Butler and the Arizona Cardinals. Rodney Anderson for the Bengals. David Sills to 99 on that one for the Bills. That was kind of hard to see, but it's Miles Boykin draft day for the Ravens. A Josh Jacobs to 5 for the Raiders. Numbered to 49, you got a little Ricky Williams action for the Saints. Higdon, numbered to 5. I think we said he's a Texan, right? Let me go back and double check. Yeah, undrafted free agent for the Texans, and it was numbered to 5. Ryan Finley, Bengals. Kelvin Harmon to 149 for the Redskins. A.J. Brown for the Titans. This one is numbered to 15. It's pretty cool as well. That's a little Steve Atwater for the Broncos. Don't pull a ton of Steve Atwater, so I think that's nice. Preston Williams to 25 for the Dolphins. There's David Sills again for the Bills. A draft day Andy Isabella, silver ink for the Cardinals. Julian Love for the Giants. Brian Burns for the Panthers. Daniel Jones for the Giants to 99. Another Josh Jacobs for the Raiders. Antonio Brown to 25, a nice one for the Raiders. Mac Wilson comes out for the Browns. Then you have Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey is a Titan. Another Miles Boykin for the Ravens. A draft day Jarrett Stidham, which I think is white ink as best I can tell there for the Patriots. Jeffrey Simmons once again for the Titans. Another Miles Boykin. What is that, our third one? Is that our third one? It's definitely the second one. I think it's the third one maybe for the Ravens. Silver ink, Drew Lock for the Broncos. I had forgotten about him, draft day. Riley Ridley came out for the Bears. Bryce Love and the Redskins. And then we started off with a white ink DK Metcalf for the Seahawks. So that is luminance football. So that is the end of luminance football. We don't have any more of that around. We're moving onward and upward starting Wednesday night with elite football, and that'll start having our rookies in their NFL uniforms. So at least I presume it will. That is traditionally the first product of the year that shows our rookies in their NFL uniforms. I don't see any reason why that would be different this year. So that'll be here on Wednesday, and that will be our next football on tap. So for those of you who jumped in the middle or somewhere along the way and didn't catch this a moment ago, I am projecting that Thursday is probably when we're going to get this out the door to you for Luminance and Finest tonight. And if for some reason I can work ahead and get it out faster, I will happily send it on the way to you quicker. And on the flip side, if something happens and something that I'm not expecting, it could go a day later, but as it stands right now, I feel like it'll probably be on the way to you approximately Thursday. Now, as I had to do before, I'm going to check and see where we are with Finest. There were a few things unpaid in that earlier, so let me see how things sit there, and I'll tell you here in a minute. Let me get back to the correct page. All right, so let's see where we are with this. Orders, awaiting payment. All right. So Patrick, yeah, you don't actually get billed through there, Patrick. So you log into PayPal, right? And up at the top, there is a tab that says, I don't know exactly what it says. I guess I could log in here and tell you, but I think it says something like, send money or something like that. And then you just type in the address, the email address that I provided there in chat. You type in the dollar amount and you hit send. So it's super, super easy. That's how that works. Do you need me to type in the email information again? Okay, guys, so it looks like we are sitting on the Tampa Bay Rays that are unpaid here in Finest, and they sold for $23 and some change. So, whatever, somewhere in that neighborhood. So while I'm updating the spreadsheet, if anybody wants the Tampa Bay Rays in the upcoming Finest break, please let me know. I am gonna update the spreadsheet to reflect that they are unpaid, and we're gonna see where we end up here with this momentarily. All right, let's get while we're waiting to see if anybody wants to pick up the Rays, we're going to go ahead and get this part out of the way. So it is an 8-box case of Finest Baseball. This is again a full case. It's break number 6. And we have team names, of course, on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side, and then the one unpaid team, the Tampa Bay Rays. So if someone wants to give Tampa Bay Rays a home, speak now, forever hold your peace kind of sitch, we'll wait and see if anybody is interested in that for a minute. And if nobody is, then I guess I will have a little skin in the game, but we're going to give you a shot at it first to see who might have some interest in it. So if you want it, jump into chat here and let me know, please. So we can see if we can't maybe find a home for somebody anyway. Oh, Patrick, you want me to check and see if it went through? All right, man, hang on. I can do that. I wasn't logged in there, but I can go log in and tell you if it did. Sorry about that. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to make it confusing for you tonight. You know what? I'm so in the habit of just You know, you guys that pick them up in chat, it's often kind of the same people or a group of, you know, 10 or 12 people that are often the ones that pick up these teams. And I guess I forget, I take it for granted that everybody's used to doing it just because we have to unfortunately do it so often. Yes, sir, you are all good in there. Patrick, we've got you, friend. You got it done. Thank you. I appreciate you very much on that. So you at least, you know, got some nice cards out of it too, right? So that was the good news. Gina. Gina says maybe the person who got the raise is splitting time with Montreal. So yeah, guys, if you had not heard, of course, the Tampa Bay Rays have been floating the idea of wanting to spend half of their season playing in Tampa Bay in that horrible stadium with horrible attendance, and then splitting the other half of their season and going up and playing in Canada. And of course, you know, who knows if that'll ever happen, but that's the thing that they've been floating out there here in recent days. So that's what Gina's making reference to there. That's pretty funny. Oh, Patrick, hey, don't worry about it, man. That, like I said, is my fault. I should have walked you through it better. That was totally on me, my friend. I just take things for granted sometimes just because I do them so often. You know, you think everybody does it all the time, but realistically they don't. So, but I appreciate you taking care of it and picking it up. Brandon, you were asking how much for the Rays. Yeah, their last bid amount was, what did I say it was, guys, like $23 or something. So if you wanted to pick it up, you know, right in that sort of range. And of course, there's no shipping or anything when you pick them up in chat. And that's just either added to your other teams if you have other teams coming, or if not, they, you know, still not shipping unless it was like a $5 team or something. All right, so once again, there's our spreadsheet for Finest. I think we looked at it a minute ago, but Tampa Bay Rays are officially clocking in as unpaid. So while we're waiting there, if anyone wants to grab them, you can let me know. It takes a little while to get all this packaging together. So each one of our master boxes has 2 mini boxes in it. And our mini boxes each have a stack of packs in them. So I'm just kind of showing you like what's what. So what we're going to do before we actually start breaking is get all these little mini boxes out of the master boxes so that we can just roll right on down the line once we get started with things. So each mini box has an autograph in it, meaning 2 per master box and a total of 16 in the break. All right, so Brandon, you want to pick up the Tampa Bay Rays? All right, my friend, hang on 1 second here, and I'm going to type in my PayPal email address for you. And are you cool with sending it over? You just log in and hit send money, and then put in this email address if I can ever get it typed in here. And if you want to write in the notes what it's for, that's cool. And if you don't, that's actually okay too, because I'll print it out and write it out myself tonight as well. So let me get it canceled out here on eBay. While you are taking care of that, I am going to take care of getting it out of here. And all right, so we are officially canceled on eBay. And then Brandon, I'm going to update the spreadsheet to show that this is headed to you now. Oh, shoot. Well, that's all right. We'll do it like this. I'll put that spreadsheet up again at the end of the break so you can see it, Brandon, that it reflects your name, but I cannot do it right at this moment because I've already got product, you know, open on the table, so I don't like to take the camera away from this view once I have that up and running. But just give me a heads up when you have that completed, Brandon, if you would, or if you have any problems, let me know. We'll try to walk you through them. Getting all these silly mini boxes and master boxes and packs and whatever takes longer than doing the actual break itself. You are on it, my friend. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that. Let's hope that the mojo repays you kindly and that you get some excellent Tampa Bay Rays hits. We're going to try to make that happen for you tonight. Kirk, I didn't see you jump in. Kirk, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been, man? I have not seen you in chat in, I don't know, it's been several days anyway. I thought maybe you gave up on us. I got used to seeing you all the time. And Gina, how are things going for you? What have you got going on? Up there in Vermont, is it right? Is it Vermont? I think it is. It's not Vermont, it's somewhere like that. So guys, today I had, I haven't had an item messed up by the post office in a long time. And we've been doing those autographed baseball bats, and one of our baseball bats got delivered today, and the bat itself was broken. Like the big wooden Major League Baseball bat, and the box just was like destroyed. So I don't know if they ran over it. Like, I don't even know what the post office could have done to that to end up getting that bat totally destroyed. But man, that is terrible. I had it insured, so it's fine. I mean, I can give the guy all of his money back, but of course he wanted the bat. I felt awful. I'm thinking, what in the world did they do to break a baseball bat? And I mean, not like a little chip, like broken in half, broken. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Gina, you're becoming a Marlins fan? Aww. Well, good, Gina. We like that. So, we're going to talk a little bit in this first box here of what some of our inserts and things are. So, these blue chip inserts, unless they're colored differently, I'll give you a heads up if they are not numbered. Nice looking little inserts, but unnumbered. We will find a handful of things that are refractors, like this, so you get that pretty little rainbow of colors when the light hits them. They are unnumbered, but I will call them out as we come across them since they are refractors. This is just another insert. It is Justice Sheffield for the Yankees. Finest first moments. Again, those are typically not numbered or refractors, but if it comes up differently, we'll let you know. Ditto with prized performers. We do usually find some color, though, along the way in these boxes, so hopefully we will. Josh Bell Pirates. And Colby, is it Allard or Allard? Allard for the Braves. Or Allard. I don't know which. I don't know. I've never actually heard his last name pronounced, I don't think. So I don't really know. I don't have any concept of whether... That's not one that I hear and I still can't pronounce it right, which is the case with many. I've never heard his name pronounced. So, anyway. Hootie Hoot, it was not the Pete Rose bat. No, it wasn't the Pete Rose bat. It was for the Mariners. Yeah, I was like so bummed too because, I mean, obviously he was looking forward to getting it, and I mean, I had it like wrapped in bubble wrap and in packing peanuts and in the box and the whole thing. And I mean, I cannot even imagine what the post office did that resulted in it being broken in half. I mean, they would have had to have run over it with something pretty heavy, I think. Castellanos to 99 for the Tigers. Mitch Haniger for the Mariners. Prize performers. Chris Bryant for the Cubbies. And the Kansas City Royals, I think. Is that one of Jay Allen's teams tonight? He gave us a list. This is numbered to 99. It is green wave, Brad Keller. It's got quite a bit of curvature to it. You know, these coated cards often have some curvature. That one has a little more than normal, but I'm sure it'll be straightened out by virtue of the top loader. Oh, hooty hoot. That's awful, man. He says because it was for the Mariners, that's no loss. Aw, no, man, I felt terrible. There's nothing worse than that when you're expecting something and you've hit something good and you're so excited about it and then it gets destroyed on the way to you. I've had that happen where I've been waiting on something and then I receive it and it's, you know, in one of those little, I call them body bags, but when the post office puts them in those little plastic bags because, like, your stuff's in pieces and it has that little pre-printed note on it like, whoops, we, you know, screwed up your stuff. It's the worst. Hey, there's some red in here. That is numbered to 5. J.D. Martinez and the Boston Red Sox, numbered to 5. Is a nice way to start things off. Christian Stewart and the Tigers, the first of 2 die-cut case hits that we will find for Mariana Rivera and Finest Careers, all, of course, headed to the Yankees. You said it is, it's super hot in Vermont. Jose Altuve and the Astros. Danny Jansen to 250 purple for the Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah, it was not too bad here today, but we've had rain again. We've had rain for over a week now, so I think if it ever stops raining, it'll heat up here too. Steven Duggar. That's a cool little hit for the Giants. Blue to 150. Oh, hooty hoot. You had a Julius Ervin 16 by 20 autograph photo destroyed by the post office. Yeah, I mean, it's inevitable that some things are gonna have problems. I mean, if you've ever been behind the scenes in one of those distribution centers, which I have, because I worked at one for a holiday season one year, Walker Buehler and the Dodgers, to pick up a little extra holiday cash, and man, like, you have no idea till you've really worked in one of those distribution centers. It's crazy. It doesn't matter if you mark fragile on it or not. I mean, that stuff is thrown and dropped and practically drop kicked, not really, but practically. The White Sox and Michael Kopech, and it gets caught in machinery and chewed up by these machines like all the time. Several times per day we would have stuff chewed up in machines. Chance Adams and the Yankees. Sometimes, just letters, other times parcels. A lot of problems with gift cards, because they changed the thickness of the envelope, but it goes through this really high-speed sorting machine, and it would somehow cause it to catch, and it would rip open, and then it all, like, falls down into this little container that catches stuff underneath it. So at the end of the shift, you have sometimes cash in there, gift cards, whatever, but you have no idea where it goes, who it's supposed to go to. So then it just goes up to the office, and they keep it up in the office for X number of days, and then I think they after a period of time, like, auction it off or donate it to charity or something. It's crazy. Rowdy Tellez and the Blue Jays. But I learned a lot about how stuff is handled when I spent that little month there in that distribution center. So that's one reason I pack for all contingencies most of the time. Kansas City Royals, Whit Merrifield. There is a Blake Snell for the Tampa Bay Rays, green to 99. Another Brad Keller for the Kansas City Royals. We just saw one, and now you have a second one. So, Kansas City. Brad Keller is your friend tonight. The other massive problem with the way they do things at the post office is that all parcels are kind of put together in this one area where they get sorted. So you might have a little bitty parcel that, you know, has got your trading cards in it, could be in there with something that weighs 100 pounds. Jake Bauer's Indians. And all it takes is for that big, you know, 100-pound thing to come down the belt and hit your little trading card package at just the right angle, and boom, you know, your trading cards are ruined inside. Gleyber Torres for the Yankees. Chris Shaw, the Giants get another hit here. So Giants off to a hot start along with the Royals in this case of Finest. You said somebody's going to be super happy when they watch this, Brandon. You talking about the Giants, yeah? Yeah, Chris Shaw and Duggar, both nice hits. Oh, hooty hoot, I'd love to find you 3 or 4 Pete Alonso autographs. You know, I say that all the time. It's like well, we all have a tendency to complain when we get multiples out of the same case of the same player. But, truly, Trey Turner, Nationals, if we did hit 3 or 4 Pete Alonsos, or, you know, 3 or 4 Tatis, we'd be like, oh, it's the best case ever. You know? So I do recognize that there's a little hypocritical component to that. Jose Berrios, 250, Minnesota Twins, purple. And Cedric Mullins for the Orioles with a refractor. I was getting the sleeve out a little too early, but look who we have. That is Adrian Beltre, Dodgers, /50. How about that? Nice little gold parallel Beltre for the Dodgers. I like it. Jason, those are your Giants hits. All right. Well, Jason, you are very welcome for the Giants hits. You say we need to find you some Mariners too? All right. We'll try to find you some Mariners too, man. Meanwhile, everybody else is going, hey, wait, we need some hits. Tim, you're right. So far, it is a Giants and Royals kind of case, but we have a ways to go yet, so we're going to hope that we can share the love a little bit with some other teams as well in here. Spread it around a bit, hopefully. Jacob deGrom /99 for the Mets. Hey, does anybody know Dodgers Diamondbacks score, by the way? They got that game on tonight. Billy Hamilton, Kansas City Royals. It's Kershaw versus Greinke, so I'm kind of interested to see how it's shaken out. Corey Kluber for the Indians. And a blue Jeff McNeil. That is numbered to 150, so Mets are starting to heat up a little bit there with a Jeff McNeil rookie. Stang Lover, you want to know if it's too late to call for some St. Louis Cardinals hits? No, man, it's never too late. Never too late. You said like when you're watching a game. I know your Cardinals have been real up and down this year, haven't they? And they've got a good lineup. I would think they would be doing a little bit better than they are, honestly. Trevor Story and the Rockies. And Jose Berrios for the Twins. followed by a blue Matt Olson to 150 for the A's. All right, so I guess nobody has Dodgers Diamondbacks on. Oh my gosh, Giants. You have another Duggar. This one is to 99. Wow, San Francisco is heating up right now in here. They're not heating up, they're already hot. Yeah, they don't have to heat up. Brandon, it is 4-3 Diamondbacks. Wow. And top of the third? All right, so Kershaw and Greinke must neither one be exactly on their game tonight then. I would have figured it would have been like 0-0 or 1-0 or 1-1 with those two guys on the mound. So I guess they're both off their game a tiny little bit tonight, aren't they? Sounds like, anyway. Mookie Betts, Red Sox. And an Anthony Rizzo, gold to 50 for the Cubbies. You know what? I don't remember finding... Hootie Hoot says there were a lot of Cardinals in museum collection, but I don't remember hitting a lot of Cardinals in museum collection. But I do know the Braves are about to be quite happy. How about little Acuna headed your way? Gold, no less. Gold to 50 for the Braves with Acuna. Nice. So far, we've had some good stuff out. We just need to share the love a little. Jason says maybe he's going to hit the entire rainbow for Duggar in one case. Maybe. Maybe. You never know. Sang Lover, you think the Cardinals are on the what plan? The 21-12 plan. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 1 forward, 2 back. You mean the 2-1-1-2 plan, then. I was reading it as 21-12, but you meant 2-1-1-2. I get it now. I'm a little slow, but I get it now. Rizzo autograph for the Cubbies. Lots of nice vet hits tonight. With Rizzo out. And that was right behind his his gold card as well. Paul DeYoung, Cardinals. And a Rhys Hoskins for the Philadelphia Phillies, number 2, 150. We've got a little bit of finest left to go. Maybe a couple more cases of finest left that will get scheduled in the next, I don't know, week or so. There's a Dansby Swanson for the Braves. And, of course, we've still got more Bowman. Obviously, we're breaking some Bowman tomorrow night, but we've got even still yet more beyond that will get cycled back in along the way. I don't remember if I've got 1 or 2 more cases of Bowman. There is definitely more anyway. Marcus Stroman for the Blue Jays. And Buster Posey, purple, to 250 for the Giants. That should not surprise us, right? That we would see some color for the Giants. Not really. Not at this point in the case. Corbin Burns, Milwaukee Brewers. Our autograph comes out for the Blue Jays with 1 Rowdy Tellez. Good old Rowdy shows up a pretty good amount in here. Of course, we would like his teammate to show up in here. Like a little Vlad Guerrero Jr. would be nice to show up, right? Brandon Crawford refractor for the Giants. The Giants are on a crazy streak right now with this case. JD Martinez, Red Sox. And Eddie Rosario comes out for the Minnesota Twins. So we do have a little bit of variation there with our teams, with the Twins getting a hit. All right, we're closing in on it here. Jose Abreu, White Sox. Is that going to be numbered possibly for the Cardinals? No, I guess it is. Yes, it is. It's numbered to 50 up at the top. I just couldn't see it there for a hot second. So that is Martinez, numbered to 50 in the gold parallel for the St. Louis Cardinals. Staying Lovers team of choice tonight. And there's Eloy, a little Eloy refractor for the White Sox. Behind that, Trey Turner and the Nats, purple to 250. And we have another hit for the Giants, if you can even believe. Like, I feel like 2/3 of the case have been me saying the Giants, but you have another Chris Shaw if you have the San Francisco Giants. I mean, really, that is finest firsts autograph. So, San Francisco, I don't know what you paid tonight, but whatever it is, you got your money's worth. And then some. Quite a nice break for the Giants. All right, next to last mini box here. And the Yankees and Gleyber Torres to 150 with a blue parallel. Nolan Arenado for the Rockies. There's our second die-cut case hit for the Yankees. Finest Careers Rivera. Jason says, yeah, you definitely got a great deal on San Francisco tonight. I know. Sometimes it works out that way, doesn't it? Willie Adames, Tampa Bay Rays. It makes up for the times when it doesn't, though. That's how I look at it. It makes up for some of those, dry spells you go through when you don't hit for a while. Well, the Kansas City Royals, not to be outdone, come roaring back with an orange to 25 of Ryan O'Hearn. So that is now the third autograph for the Kansas City Royals tonight, I do believe. And that is our first orange, maybe our only orange out of this break, but we'll find out in a second. So we are officially at last box mojo time right now, coming at you. And of course, this is where we hope we can conjure up an awesome hit to our collective mojo concentration here. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but we're about to find out. That is Juan Soto for the Nationals. Josh Hader and the Brewers to 250. Purple, if I didn't say that, but you probably know purple is to 250 in here anyway. But Will Myers, San Diego Padres. Our last autograph is for the Braves with Bryce Wilson. So the Atlanta Braves with, I think, maybe their second autograph of the night. All right, so we are going to do a little recapping. We will recap our color and we'll recap our autographs. After we do that, I'll go back and put up the spreadsheet information one final time for anyone who might have missed that earlier. We will be taking a little peek at what's going to be breaking in the days ahead, and also your anticipated shipping dates, etc. So that'll be coming up here in a minute. I'm just trying to get these stupid sleeves out of my way here so I don't make a big mess. All right. Brewers to 250, one of our 2 case hits for the Yankees. The Yankees to 150, Nationals to 250, Cardinals to 50, Giants 250, Phillies 150, Cubbies 50, the A's to 150, the Mets to 99, Twins to 250, that's in the wrong pile, to 99 for the Rays, 250 for the Blue Jays. That is our second case hit for the Yankees. Numbered to 5 is J.D. Martinez and the Red Sox, and to 99 is Castellanos for the Tigers. Our autographs, it is Brad Keller for the Kansas City Royals, Bryce Wilson and the Braves, Ryan O'Hearn, orange to 25, Kansas City Royals, and Chris Shaw for the Giants, Eddie Rosario, Twins, Rowdy Tellez for the Blue Jays, Rizzo for the Cubbies, Acuna to 50 for the Braves, Duggar to 99 for the Giants, Jeff McNeil to 150 for the Mets, Beltre to 50 for the Dodgers, Chris Shaw, Giants, Chance Adams, Yankees, Duggar to 150, Giants, a Brad Keller green wave to 99 for the Royals, and Colby, Allard, or Allard, whichever it is, for the Braves. All right, so, oh, Tim, oh, man, Tim says he feels like Mickey felt in Luminance. Mickey did not do well in Luminance, and I must be guessing then that Tim didn't have very good luck in here. So, oh man, I'm sorry about that. I always hate when somebody doesn't have good luck. Always prefer it to be the other way, but unfortunately, sometimes the dice do not fall our way in case breaks. That's for sure. So once again, expecting this, guys, to be out the door and on the way to you approximately Thursday. If I can get it sorted and sent faster than Thursday, I will gladly do so. However, if something were to come up unexpected, it could possibly go a day later, but I don't really think it will. I expect it will be on or about Thursday. That's my general feeling about it. Now we're taking a look at what is coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, we're going to break a 5-box case of TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys, along with a half case of Bowman Jumbo. That's the back half of the case we started a couple of nights ago. And the paper base cards have their own bidding category, okay? So paper base does not go to the teams. The teams get all the chrome cards and autographs, all the inserts by default, because they are all chrome cards, but they would get them anyway, and numbered cards, parallels, etc. On Wednesday night, there are 2 new releases that come out Wednesday, Elite Football and Stadium Club Baseball. But we're going to open Elite Football by the full case on Wednesday night. We're going to defer Stadium Club to Thursday night, and we will open it on Thursday, but it's going to go as a half case break, because if we did the whole case, there's something crazy like 3,100 cards or something in it. So we're going to break an 8-box half case of Stadium Club on Thursday night. On Friday, we're going to open another case of Leaf autographed baseball bats and a second case of Elite Football. And you know what? I forgot that Chronicles Basketball came out on Friday. I got confused. I thought it was coming out next Friday. So I don't have it listed on Friday night when it releases. We're going to instead break a case of it on Saturday night. And it has changed from a 10-box configuration, which is what we had last year, to a 12-box configuration this year. And they've also added more content, and I believe they have switched it up so that our autographs are now on the parallels in there more so than maybe on the base card. So looks like it's going to be a pretty good little run with Chronicles this year. So we'll dig into it on Saturday and find out. All right, so, oh, Jay Allen, I thought you were in bed, man. You're still here? Yeah, you did good. You got some nice hits. And Jason, you are welcome for the break, sir. Thank you, everyone, as always, for joining me, spending part of your evening with me. So I will be back at it tomorrow night. If I don't see you then, I hope I will see you sometime soon. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye now.